Oh, she got you in the picture? Live?
Yeah, so you can show
back
talk about the urban kryptonite.
This is Dr. EnQi. I'm just letting y'all know. Once upon a time, there was this dude named Superman, right? Tell you straight up, we got some herbal kryptonite, alright? That'll get to the dark, deep crevices of your being and heal you. Are you filming this? Are y'all there? Y'all gotta wake up, man. It's herbal kryptonite, it's something else. But this is the brother that's in it. I'm sure y'all know him. Mr. EnQi himself, brother and sister. And I watched it. It kept my attention to the point. You know how you see so many DVDs, it's like, is this another one? But no, this is just not another one. You understand what I'm saying? It kept my attention because research after research, doctor after doctor, scientist after scientist was putting it down. It kept my attention. I said to myself, I gotta watch this again because there's something here to learn, definitely. Your contribution is like really
Urban kryptonite, man, from the man himself.
Right.
Hall of Famer, right?
And just turned 54.
That's right.
I don't need y'all to feel that now. Let me stop.
It's real though.
Right.
Like we smiling, but dead ass though.
Right.
You are, and why they got to come out this weekend to see the jump.
Hi, I'm Sherilyn L. Tompkins with Fabunola.com, and you have got to come out to see the movie Urban Kryptonite because the filmmakers have touched upon everything that people need to understand about what's going on with our food system, with our spirituality, with our culture that has led us astray from really our true center and our true self. So this film is going to reconnect you to your spirit, yourself, and to your source. So come out. I've truly appreciated seeing the film because it's everything that I talk about to all my audiences, and they went even deeper. So you come out, you're going to learn in depth, and actually there's so much more involvement that they're going to be able to talk to you about. And we're going to get hopefully into a little bit more Q&A and talk to everybody about their specific needs and what you need to do and start following them and everything they're doing. They have so much more coming your way. Peace and love.
The biggest causes of disease in our community, of course, the cause of all disease pretty much is food. And let's look at why are we one of the most diseased people in America? What have we eaten? What is our legacy when it comes to African American cuisine? Soul food? My people perish for a lack of knowledge.
Correctly with the correct amount.
And now for our feature presentation. Is everybody awake? Present? Okay. Brother Minister EnQi asked me to come and moderate Q&A this evening, and I'm honored to do that. Some of you know, I'm an Atlanta resident, so if some of you know, I invited several people here tonight. I see a few of you, but I'm Chef Akhi, and I am so honored to be here and really, really grateful to share this experience with you and view this film. It's my first time seeing it tonight, and I had to make my way out to see it, and I'm so pleased with Brother Cochise in the work that he's done, along with Judy and Minister and everyone here on this panel. So although I was not a part of the film, I have a few questions, and I'm sure you all have questions as well, and wanted to make sure that I introduce myself as a sister in this particular community who's doing a lot of work to bring awareness to the local urban organic farms, helping people to get monthly classes on how they can prepare some of these alkaline foods and start to incorporate the electric food diet in a way that they can bring it into their homes and start to heal their families. So I think I want to go ahead and start maybe here in my right with Brother EnQi here, and maybe just ask a few questions to you, sir. How are you this evening?
All right.
How you feeling? I know you've been on the road, you've been traveling, and you are doing some great work, and I'm so grateful. And tell me a little bit about your journey. I don't know how many cities you've been to now, and I'm going to pass this mic to you. But tell me a little bit about what you've been experiencing and the response. I don't know if this is going to go all the way around the podium. 1 second. I just want to know a little bit about the response that you've been getting. Are you seeing some dramatic changes in community and people finding real solutions and ways to incorporate this new lifestyle into their life?
Awesome question. Well, in the last 2 months, I've been in 13 cities, and I had the pleasure of bringing my daughter with me. She's out front. She said, "Dad, you better make sure you mention my lip gloss." So she has all natural lip gloss out there. But she's been a powerful tool in terms of transformation and getting it out to the youth. One of the things that I wanted to do after seeing the news, 82 shootings July 4th in Chicago, was make sure I get up to Chicago. So I got up to Chicago, and the first stop was a high school, about 200 students there. And you know, just not really knowing the Chicago children, except for, like, you know, Chief Keef and what we see on the news. I didn't know what to expect. But the children were a lot more adept with this information than we give credit to them for. Like, we had up front a vegan, vegetarian group. To the left, we had some pescatarians, and they were sharp. You know, we even had some carnivores. Brother wanted to debate me down in there, 10th, 11th grader. Talking about, well, Minister, I think you're wrong. You know, you sound intelligent, but based on our cranial structure, we're supposed to be da-da-da-da-da. And he wanted to challenge me into what the teeth are. You know? So, no, that's only 40 seconds. So I think that what we're doing is working. I think it's just about continuing to get the information out, and then with the time that we're at in life, it's about being the example. I mean, we've had great leaders and bring us a lot of information from Marcus Garvey on down, but now it's about showing what it is that we can do. So we have to actually start looking the part, and people will come to you on that. You know, people will come to you and ask you what it is that you're doing. One of the main comments that I got, and I'll pass the mic after this, every single city that we've been in, the main comment that people have left is, everybody in the film, wow, did you guys have a makeup artist? Everybody's skin looks so good. And so, you know, I think that speaks volumes when people see commonality in terms of physical look, because a lot of people have different ideologies and religion and all kinds of stuff like that, but when you see, you know, vanity applies to everybody. Everybody wants to look good. Doesn't matter whether you believe in God, you don't believe in God, you're broke, rich, skinny, fat, whatever. You want to look good. So that can help serve as a gateway to get into people's minds and hearts with a new lifestyle.
Thank you, Minister. I appreciate it. If you guys, I know several of you who have come here, you're probably already familiar with Minister EnQi, but if you're not, please follow him on Instagram, Minister EnQi. I think you now Be Black Excellence. And he's got so many pages. I can't keep up with this brother, but he's constantly out there teaching, and traveling, and I can't say enough, so I appreciate that. And that's good to hear, you know, being here in Atlanta, and I get out here and there, but nowhere near as much as you do with what, you know, the work I do here. But it's good to hear that people are getting, especially these young kids, are really sharp. I had that experience recently. I actually shot a video out here at the West End Park out here last weekend, actually, with a group of kids, and they talk about gluten and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like they were very. Yeah, they were sharper than their parents, but what they did not have was that enforcement from mom and dad at home saying, you know, this is what we're gonna eat, and they wanted these things. They enjoyed everything I brought to them, but it's just not as available to them. Their parents assume for the child, they make the choice for the child, oh, that's not gonna fill them up, you know, and they're really feeding them for them, you know, because they don't feel like dealing with it, you know, I just need you to have something quick, I need you to get full and get out of my face. You know, so that's something that we do. Children is an injustice for us to be lazy about the way we feed our children. But I want to bring it back over to the panel and say I really appreciate that you brought a lot of really wonderful content to this documentary as well. And I really enjoyed watching you. And we haven't met formally. If you could remind the audience of your name and tell us a little bit about your work. And I wanted to ask you specifically, what is your what is the common, largest, I guess, the brick walls that you're running against with our people in this day and time with the health crisis? What things are you running into? Where's the blockage coming from?
I don't see any blockages.
Hey.
The wall is gone.
All right.
The farm is open.
Yes.
There's no gate.
That's right.
The only gate that remains is your mind. If you don't open up your mind and see what's happening, if you worry about the government, you can see the government is gone. They fight with each other, so that's not your problem. You see, right now it is about us spreading our wings. See, first you need a namana. A namana is an idea. Then you focus on the namana, don't worry about how. It's not your business. You can't fix that. You focus on the namana, and after a while, it crystallizes and becomes a phenomenon. People ask you how you doing, say, I'm phenomenal. If you keep talking about the problem, you keep recreating it, because your mind is creating the substructure of the universe. When you change the way you eat, change the way you think, you actually move into a whole nother dimension. There are 144,000 dimensions happening at one time. And when you change everything. Everything around you changes. So I don't see blockages. I just see people living the life they desire to live. That's what they ask. They ask their genes, the genies, to reproduce more drama. So they get it.
Yes. I appreciate that. It needs really an applause. Something that I run into is, I truly believe that food affects your mind. Mind affects your choices. So oftentimes, I mean, how realistic is it for us to say that the community can really make these choices, make these, overcome these mental blockages if they are eating shit?
Okay, I'm about to go into deep water. It don't make any difference what you eat. It's about who you are. If you feel like you can eat pork chop and still change the world for the better, eat it. If you feel like you can do that, most people cannot do it because they don't have the mindset. You have to have the mindset. You got to move from doing to being. You got to be. See, you can't. It's be, do, have. Not do, then be. You got to be it. You got to live it. You got to become it. People come to you, cussing you out, listen to them and breathe. They've been eating pork chops. You see they're talking like a pork chop. You just breathe and don't take it personal. You know, they tell you need the such and such. You say, well, I'm going to take that in consideration. You got to get control of yourself. If you find that eating a certain food makes you out of control, then stop eating it. But you have to be sensitive to your world. You see? You have to start using more than 10% of your mind. Where'd you get that? Who told you that you only use 10% of your mind? How did they measure that? How did they measure? Did they come to your house? To measure your mind, you know, you woke up in the morning and have, you know, measuring tape out, wrapped around your head. Yeah, we know exactly how much they were using last night. They don't know. You have to stop listening to these definitions. You have to redefine yourself. Then you got to understand, once you get powerful, you got to, what? Refine the power that you have. That's in your thought, in your thinking, in your living every single day. You got to be it. And you're going to trip. You're going to eat, you know, you might eat something. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're a vegan, now you're on the road, all of a sudden you ate Cheetos. Do about 5 different prayers in different languages, get all the books out, and take power over your body. And your body will listen.
Asha, thank you. So I want to bring it down here to my sister, Queen Vida. I'm so glad to see you here, and thank you for all the wonderful work that you're doing and feeding the community. You know, I love having your presence in this film in particular, and I don't know why she's giggling so much. But she's shy. But you were wonderful in the film, and you brought just a very matriarchal element to this film, and it really hit home for me. And I know I was hearing the yes, amens, and you know, from the sisters in the crowd. So I wanted to kind of bring it toward you and just kind of ask you a little bit about your journey in transitioning. Last time I was here, you were talking about your transition into a healthy lifestyle, how wonderful it's been for you, and how easy was that transition, and how has it been in helping other women, the challenges and the successes?
As always, first and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and thanks to the Creator of the universe.
Hallelujah.
And to all of you, I greet you all in peace, as we would say in Hebrew, Shalom Aleichem. In my language, Asmudeo. I want to first of all thank my beloved brother for blessing me with a great opportunity such as this to be able to, you know, even be a part of this. I mean, this happened exactly a day after I have arrived from Ghana, and I was blessed to be able to be a part of this, and I don't take it lightly at all because it's always been my dream, so I'm grateful and appreciative. Coming from Ghana, I just want you to know that for 37 years now, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. So for 37 years, I have been a vegan vegetarian. That's a long time, isn't it? I did live in Israel for 25 years, and I used to run a restaurant by the Mediterranean, right in Tel Aviv. And it's been a blessing, it's been a journey. But see, when you make a step, God is willing to make the rest. I was determined, I had faith. I knew I was going to be able to do it. But what is faith? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. By faith, things that may seem impossible is possible. When I met my brothers and sisters from Israel that came to Ghana, they lived already next door to me. So when they started talking about diet, God, and all of that, right away, you know, they told a lot of people, but many have eyes, they cannot see, they have ears, but they cannot hear. So when I heard them, I said, wow, this is it. So I made a journey up to Jerusalem, and I, you know, pursued learning how to become a vegan and everything, and I looked up and, you know, I've been on this journey for 37 years, and it hurts me when, you know, I came back to Ghana and people that I knew before that was there before I left, and how they are no more living. you know, because 90% of all sicknesses is diet-related. You know, I mean, whether you believe it or not, it's true. You are what you eat. God did not put the trees, He did not create the trees to live longer than man, whom He created in His image. But now, all of a sudden, the trees are living longer than man. Something is seriously wrong. He said, but I'll give you dominion over all things. But how many times it bothers me, you know, I have a passion on health. It bothers me when I look on TV and I see some of these preachers standing behind the podium with big bellies. What could they be teaching the people? Our bodies are the temples of God. Why are they standing there with big bellies? How many times have we not heard that God gave a person a ministry, but because they did not take care of their physical body, that ministry was cut short? Let me tell you something. I came into United States as a fashion designer. Listen to me. I'm a fashion designer, okay? What happened? In 5 to 7 days, I'll make $27,000. So a person might say, are you crazy? Why are you not really doing the fashions like you used to? Why are you into food? It's not about money. I love you, I care about you, I care about my people. My steps are ordered by the Creator. I'm going to do the will of God, because when I do the will of God, whatever else that's left is going to come. Yes, I made a lot of money, but it's not about money. It's about my love for my God and my people. So God said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to help my people with their health. And that's what the journey that I have been on. But brothers and sisters, you can take a horse to the waterside, but you cannot force a horse to drink the water. I had a blessing over the years. I designed for Stevie Wonder, Whitney Houston, presidents, name it, Ray Tamani, all of that. But all of that don't really mean nothing to me. It's a blessing, but the health of my people means a lot to me. Those that have eyes must be able to see. If you have ears, you got to hear. I used to be a vegan many years ago, okay? I'm still a vegan, but let me say this to you. You can be a vegan and still be very, very big. I used to weigh 214 pounds. I allowed stress, frustrations, and everything to cause me to gain weight. I would eat late at night, and I would lay down. And all of that brought about high blood pressure and everything. I would say almost 2 years ago, I went on the oilless diet. That means what? I take my oils from, you know, in its natural state, the sunflower seeds. I mean, if you taste my sunflower seed cookies, you'll be like, whoa, cakes, I do everything. Oilless. And from 214, I now weigh 140 pounds. I used to be on blood pressure medication. All of that stuff, I put everything to the side. I don't use none of that poison anymore. You understand what I'm saying? So my desire in Ghana, I was teaching on national TV how to prepare vegan food and everything. But I was too big. So I have to be an example before we can say it can be done. First of all, we must practice it amongst ourselves. So, but a journey of 1,000 miles only begins with a simple step. Yes, you can do it. It's possible. So for those that desire to want to go on the journey, I know it takes time. I am willing to help you. I am willing to teach you how to prepare nutritious food that is going to nourish your body. I'm not going to take a lot of time because I know that time has been well spent. But before you leave, I'm going to be out there. You can come and take my number. And like I said, I'm willing to help you. So I want to say, may the Lord God of Israel bless each and every one of you. May He keep you. My father, my spiritual father is back there. Abayasia, thank you for coming. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come. Sister Maka, all of you, Lamek, and all of of you. I really thank each and every one of you for taking time out of you all's busy schedule to be here, my beloved sister. I told you just today, but you still came. I thank every one of you all. So may the Lord God of Israel bless you, may He keep you, may He lift up His countenances upon thee, be gracious unto thee, and give thee everlasting peace. I always like to say this in Hebrew. Jivarecha Yahuwah v'yishmarecha. Ya'el Yahuwah panav alecha v'kulechem. Yitzad Yahuwah panav alechem v'yasem lachem. Shalom. Thank you very much.
I'm going to hand the mic back over to Brother Cochise, and if you will, maybe make some closing statements before we get into our Q&A.
Well, I don't have a story like that. The basic premise is that, as I talked about in the film, I'm from Detroit. And primarily why I wanted to do this film is that I wanted to be something positive for my community. I knew I couldn't be a pastor or a preacher, and I was too crooked for that. I can't go that route. But I can put the money, I can put information out for the people. And, I really wanted to do something for my parents, because I wasn't the best kid always. I wanted to do something so that they could be happy with what I'm doing and my community could be happy. So that's really why I did this. I always had an affinity for health, and I lost a lot of family members, But as I kind of spoke about in the film, there's a lot of people around the world that look like us that are doing a little bit better in their area. And I talk about that as far as the Americas. I got family that live in the Dominican Republic. When I leave here in October, I go back there for 6 months. One of the biggest differences that happens there as opposed to here is they have the fresh fruit and the vegetables. So they might eat what's equivalent to soul food, but they balance it out with sour sop. We got sour sops on the ground. We got noni fruit on the ground. Ubas. You say ubas in that English? Grapes. Grapes. Yeah, somebody knows something. Yeah, grapes. And so we got, everything is fresh. So yeah, they might eat the plátano frito and arroz habichuela and all that kind of, rice and beans and chicken. But they walk everywhere. Nobody got cars like that. They are, consuming a lot of water. They're consuming a lot of fruits. So the lifestyle is different. And I like to always mention this to people who try to be advocates for soul food. The difference now between the difference of our ancestors is that the food was more organic, number one. But they needed a high cholesterol, high caloric diet to get through the day. They work 18 hours a day, 20 hours a day as slaves. You're working a long time. But you today, you're in the information age. So you go to your office and you eat the soul food, but you sit down. So they're working 18 hours and they're burning it off because that cholesterol is being reacted upon by the sun and it's being useful. But you sitting down on your cholesterol, then you're going to take the Lipitor and the Zocor, which gets rid of the inflammation, but it doesn't get rid of the systemic problem. So that's why you continue to have it. Then you go on a low meat diet. You still have the high cholesterol because meat is primarily fat. And the fats, lipids, aka Lipitor, is what's really causing the problem. It's clogging your arteries. So we could go on and on and on about it. But let's go ahead and get into some questions because I know you guys have questions. So that, and again, I put everybody into the film because I want you guys to know who these people are so you can patronize them. You have Queen Vida here, you have Chef Akhi here, you have, I know your name, Dr. B. Sirius here, you have, all these people are here in Atlanta. Now I'm not here, you come to me, you're going to be left out of the dry. I don't know any of this stuff. But these guys know it, so that's why I put them in the film. It's kind of like the Claude Anderson theory. You have to start patronizing your own people to build your own community up. You go to your doctor and you pay $250 or whatever for an hour, and you get 5 minutes information and you get medicine, kind of thrown on you. So let's patronize our people, and because they know just as much, if not more. They probably know more because they're not going to give you medicine to harm your liver or harm your kidneys and that kind of thing. They're going to teach you how to do it through nutrition. And most of us are, 83% of the people, black community, use the Bible. Okay? And you don't even deal with the dietary law. How you going to deal with the Bible if you don't deal with the dietary law? So Again, and that's what we talk about. In part, this is only 2 hours of the movie. It's 4 hours. And the other part, we go in deep where we're talking about weed smoking. You try to use and say, weed make me creative. Weed don't make you creative. Stop telling that lie. You just want to smoke dope. You understand? So we talk about melanin. We talk about a lot of things. I'm not trying to, hate or salt on anybody. We all I'm from Detroit, so I'm one step removed from the grind and grit. I'm right there. I'm still in it. I'm not living on, in Hollywood Hills somewhere. I'm still in it. So I'm very qualified to talk about it. But the movie goes more in depth. You got a lot more raw language, so I didn't want to be kind of showing all that. Tahuti, you can imagine him on this DVD, what he's saying. Let's go ahead and get into the questions. Whatever questions you have, pull your notepads out and we can get started.
All right, do we have any questions in the audience? I'll come around and, okay, Mike ain't gonna call that far. Do we have any questions in the audience tonight? Raise your hand. Yes, brother.
More specific to Dr. Sirius investigator.
Okay.
Can you clarify or correct my thought process? But I guess in my limited knowledge of this, because this is fairly new to me, it seems like the herbs are kind of the acute medicine initially, and then you should go into the vegetarianism and veganism, and then ideally you promote to fruitarianism. Is that a progression you want to look at doing?
There's many ways to get there. I would first detoxify the body, not just a colon cleanse. Liver, kidney, spleen, all the glands. There's a couple ways just to start. First, in the morning, drink 8 glasses of water. Somewhere in the day, take off your shoes and socks and walk outside and put them on the ground. It sets every clock, biological clock in your body. All your glands are connected to the earth. If you ain't touching the mother, she ain't touching you. That's a type of cleansing right there, just pulling the static out of your body. Then we got to look at how we energize things. See, when they talk about the genie in the movie, that's you. So you can make anything happen. When you grab your water, you hold it. Love, peace, harmony. Healthy, wealthy, and wise. Drink it. The water crystallizes and becomes that. You see? After you start doing those things, you begin to activate the latent DNA. You start waking up those genes that are asleep because you didn't tell them what to do. You're the CEO of the corporation, and there's no mission statement. Hey, let me just wake up and see what they're going to do to me. Look what they're doing to us. And they say, okay, y'all hear that? It's 20 billion, trillion cells. I'm 70. Then you got mitochondria. There's so many living creatures. You're like a universe, and they're waiting for you to tell them what to do. So the next thing you got to do is get your mind right. Speak of solutions. If you talk about the problem, you create more of it. We were trained to talk about the problem, living in struggle. Dr. B said, well, one person said, Dr. B, about the struggle. He mentioned the struggle too. I said, I'm not struggling. I'm done with that. Do you know that's killing you quicker than the meat? You can be a vegan, vegetarian, a raw foodist and talk that disagreeable talk all day long, and you might as well go eat a piece of meat. Because your body is converting that to whatever your mind is focusing on. So the next type of cleanse is to focus your mind on life. You see, then you'll start automatically saying, oh, I just want to eat a banana. Then you'll start finding out, oh, not the big bananas, those are man-made, the little ones. You'll walk in the store and you'll feel this energy, right? And you walk over to the greens and you're going to hear in the background, those chicken genes, so they listen and they got receptors on them, listen for chicken. So you got to remember the chicken is still in there, but you got to go with the greens, go with the things that your body naturally gravitates to. Because sometimes it's a little stressful to make yourself do something. You can't make yourself, because you've been doing it so long, it's a habitual mind. The subconscious is based on habits. The subconscious can process 20 billion bits of information every second. Yes. Your conscious mind can only process 7. So you basically don't know what's happening. It's automatic. I tried veganism, it didn't work. Of course it didn't work. Because you didn't tell yourself, you didn't create from the root. You see what I'm saying? You still hanging around, talking the same talk, turn on television, talking about what the police did. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot going on out there, but you got to get focused. You got to get focused on one thing. What's in front of you right now? What are you going to eat right now? What's your choice going to be? Then you'll gradually move into the next step, parasites. 1996, that's when it got me. I was an herbalist already, you know, and I realized, parasites. Nobody's talking about them. Oh, just take a little black walnut and wormwood. In the lab at UCLA, we put them things in the petri dish, and the parasite said, "Thank you, you got some more of that?" They've evolved, they superbugs. You can't use this stuff that's 3,000 years old. You got to use something new. So the things are mutating. So the next thing is to do a systemic cleansing based around parasites, heavy metals. You understand what I'm saying? That's where I come in. Because I create a product that's based on a 28-day moon cycle, and then you got to change it every 3 months because the parasites around the world have an internet and they know about Dr. B. They got me. So I have to augment the program. I have to change the herbs. And some of the herbs I'm using you never even heard of. Dr. B, what is that? Don't you worry about that. I picked some stuff out in the backyard and walk in here. People are, what is this? You don't know what this is? Growing in the backyard? There's parasites in the room. I said, you know something? I'm walking into a room, folks may want to shake my hand. And I do like the Chinese man said, I don't know what you got. So he bowed. You see? You got to figure out what's growing around you, what's in your environment around you. That's toxic. Get that out. It goes on and on and on. But your subconscious will begin to make new choices. When you make a 1 degree change, a 1% change in your life, it changes everything. Just stop eating one thing. Just stop talking to one person. Just stop talking to that one toxic person. That's worse than all the meat and cheese you can eat. You know when they call it, you got call ID. You go, oh boy, don't answer it. They need me. No, they need you because they're parasitic.
Yes.
They'll suck you dry. You call them your people. You better figure out who you are before you can get, you have to have identity theft. They show you the commercials. Like you got identity theft. But what's the other commercial with depression is it's the umbrella, not the umbrella. It's when you get out there, it's a robe. The person is happy because they're on the drug, but the robe is sitting over there waiting. Your depression, your drama is just waiting for you to come back to it. So you gotta you gotta quickly and move quick and keep moving and keep moving. You gotta move away from it. Move away from all those things that are toxic in your environment. Then you'll know. Fruitarian, that works for me. Vegetarian, that works for me. Eat meat once a year, that may work for you. You know, you can do whatever you choose, but remember that you're choosing it and it's choosing you. And you gotta figure out what's eating you and what you're eating. But unless your mind is clear, it don't make any difference. Don't come to me and say, well, Dr. B, I don't believe in herbs. Give me them back. You don't want the money? No, I don't want the money. I'm not doing this for you. You gotta activate everything in your life right now. There's never been a time like now. 2014 is the time of what? Anybody know? The year of manifestation. You get exactly what you desire.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Let this thing air off for a minute.
Wait, well, I'm gonna come right to you. Just to finish up. This thing's still smoking. It's smoking, boy. But no, make the small changes. The small changes that last. A lot of times I see people, they come, especially to an event like this, where you got the Harlem Globetrotters up front. You leave charged up, and you're like, I'm getting rid of everything tomorrow. Most times people bounce right back. They bounce right back. So the small changes, and give yourself, don't go for the 21-day habit thing. That's cool, but this is a little bit different. This is a little bit deeper. You're dealing with chemical addiction. The parasites Dr. B spoke of, they have mycelia. The mycelia are tentacles that tie into your nervous system so that you think you're creating the thoughts, but it's actually the parasites doing the thinking. And you made me dig deep the other day, brother. When we was on Dr. Sandy radio show. Now, in one of my books, I wrote about tobacco and cigarettes producing ammonia in the body and how ammonia, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Mental Rolodex, got the information out to the people moving forward. Dr. B mentioned that they putting tobacco in the cereal. So me, you know, I'm like, you know, this is what I do. Like, it's my passion to study and research. So as soon as he said that, I said, what? I said, oh my goodness, how did I miss this? Vitamin B3.
Watch out now.
Vitamin B3 is made by taking tobacco leaves, combining them with ammonia, and it's called vitamin B3. So vitamin B3 is a combination of tobacco leaves and ammonia. And it's not just in the cereal. It's in the bread. It's in the beer. It's everywhere. And the reason why it's relevant to your question is because tobacco does one thing. It increases the white blood cell count in your body. Cigarettes increases the white blood cell count in your body. I got the reports. I'm getting ready to post them into my group. So anybody that's with the Black eugenicists or you member of Chase Light, you'll get the PDFs because they have the professional studies that they've been doing for 40 years. Every puff of a cigarette raises your white blood cell count. And it's actually the white blood cells, which are parasites by nature. Your colonizer lives in your bloodstream. Is telling you what to eat. So when you want an extra bowl, now you sit there and you done ate 3 bowls of cereal and somehow you're not full. Your stomach is only this size. How are you not full? Because the little white blood cells want more. Every time you have another urge to smoke another cigarette, it's the little white blood cells that want to reproduce in your body. They want more. So in turn with dealing with the parasites, we have to get in touch with ourselves and start to really listen and look at where these urges and cravings that we have come from, and that will help you fight off some of the things that are blocking you from moving forward to becoming the person you want to be. Because all of these cravings and urges are not yours and they're not natural. They're coming from inside the little critters that have colonized your body. Okay, so that's just the little addition I wanted to add in there, because as you start to change your diet, you start to change the cellular environment. And along with understanding that the body's electric, we have to understand the opposing, the surrounding laws and rules to that. Every electricity, every electric charge creates a magnetic field around it. That magnetic field is your mind. So every time you clean a cell, you start to change your mind. Every time you put a healthy piece of food in your body, you start to change your mind. You start to look at your friends different, your family members different. And as your body changes, they'll start to look at you different. So be prepared for opposition. Be prepared for all of those things to come your way, because that's just how the universe works. Everything in the universe is born out of friction. Two people come together. It's friction that makes a new baby. It's already been proven that when you look at a condom, for instance, the condom is stitched together in a way that the holes in the stitching are large enough for viruses to fit through. So what is it that the condom stops? You got to think back to electricians. Electricians know this. It's a rubber. Rubber stops what? Electric charge from transmitting. So what they're doing is stopping the bond between man and women, which goes a lot more powerful and deeper than we've been taught in this context of, you know, twerking and so on and so forth. So anyway, as you start to change your food, clean the cellular environment, your mind to change. So the most important thing is do the things that you can, you know, just put down soda for 3 months. Put down bread for 3 months, you know, and that'll work like that.
And real quick, nicotinic acid does come from tobacco, but it also comes from the soil. So there is a natural version of it in humic acid in the soil, but you got to eat plants that are rich in the minerals. Okay. The other thing is, brother, you talked about making a change. I'm gonna show you really quick how to change everything in your whole life. Let me show you. Can you hold that? Put your hands together like this. Which thumb is on top? Right. Switch it. Put the left thumb on top. And hold it. Does that feel uncomfortable? Yeah. Hold that. Your whole brain, every cell in your body is saying, oh, we get the new program. We in emergency mode. Change everything. Just do that. Just start doing that every day. Everything starts changing. Things look different. Something that's simple. It's really simple. Thank you.
Wow.
Sister, you had a question.
I'm Sister Mecca, guest of Inviters, and I just want to say I thank you guys. I'm a certified health consultant. I just moved to Atlanta a year ago. Came out of my twilight 5 years ago. Was rolling in Brooklyn with EnQi. Dr. Savory, one of my master teachers. I'm launching my radio show. 32,000 listeners on high frequency radio, August 17th. I'm also launching my TV show, Black Biz Network, 8 million viewers, and I would love to get all your contact information, because I would love y'all to be a part of my radio show and my TV show. So I got a lot of great things going on.
Big up to your sister. That's what's up. We had any other questions? Yes.
I'm so glad that you touched on the white blood cells, because I've always been taught that the white blood cells are good because of the histamines and stuff that we get whenever there's an infection. When I saw the documentary and then I listened to it, I'm like, oh my God, everything that I've been taught is kind of like confusing right now. So, you know, the histamines are good whenever there's an infection, you know, all this white blood cells are supposed to attack. So that's what I've been taught. So now that you're saying the white blood cells are not good, I'm just a little confused about that. Once you answer that, I got another question.
Okay, well, I'll make it short, because I know everybody's expecting a long answer. I'll make it short. It does require a little bit of time, though. And this is not necessarily specific to you, but this is to all of us, more so speaking from my experience, because it took me a long time before I even felt comfortable talking about white blood cells and their behavior inside the body, because of how I was indoctrinated. It takes a while to really undo the programming that's in there. And a lot of times, and I tell people this all the time, Europeans, you know, and I have a DVD, 2 DVD set I want to tape right now. It goes into a lot of the differences in African physiology and European physiology, because it's a lot of physical differences, but we even have differences that go beyond the body. Europeans have animal instinct. We have intuition. It seems the same, but it's a lot different. So this is how you could be at work in certain places and you functioning with Europeans, and just something about your interaction with them is annoying the fuck out of you. Like, you just, and it's not something that they're saying or doing specifically, but it's just like, ooh. They can sense whether you fear them and you conform, and they can also sense that courage and they don't like it. They'll stamp it out. So they even incorporated that into their corporate structure, where it's like, oh, well, you have to fit into the culture here. And you're just not fitting into the culture. And maybe we need to have a one-on-one about why you're not fitting into the culture. And then they got in school this whole diversity thing. And, you know, somebody was trying to get me into rolling my daughter in some program up in Philly for diversity training. And I was like, hold on, I'm not teaching no diversity. I'm against diversity. My children are black. I'm teaching blackness. I'm not teaching diversity. There's no Chinese people that's teaching blackness at home. They're teaching Chinese culture at home. Europeans are teaching European culture. If you think not, go outside during, you know, St. Patty's Day or something like that. They don't have Malcolm X pictures up teaching diversity. So it takes a while to kind of undo this stuff, but I just started really looking at the things that they said white blood cells were supposed to do. So if they were supposed to take care of infections, why don't they ever take care of infections? Why do we need antibiotics? Where are the white blood cells? When we get a cold, where are the white blood cells? When we get a chicken pox, where are the white blood cells? Then as I started looking and seeing that the white blood cells were nowhere to be found, like cops. They're like police that are never around when crime is happening. Then I started looking at the things that they were doing. I was like, whoa. So you mean autoimmune disease is when the white blood cells start attacking the body? It's like, hold on. So they don't heal anything. They don't stop anything from getting infected. But they start eating parts of my body from inside out? What the hell? So then I started looking at the different, I said, wait a minute. So sometimes they They eat the thyroid and the thymus. Type 1 diabetes, they're eating the pancreas or the beta cells that are inside the pancreas. People with MS, they're eating the myelin sheath off the nerves. You know, I mean, there's a host. There's a thing called P&H where they actually start eating the red blood cells after the sun goes down. Then this start getting scary. It's like, wait a minute. You have these white, pale things that eat the colored things after the sun goes down. Where the hell did I hear that before? So I just start really reevaluating the way I looked at the white blood cells, and then I seen that when I started getting deeper into the research, Africans, black folks, have a much lower number at birth of white blood cells than all the other ethnic groups. And then the closer we get back to African stock, even amongst black folks, there's a difference in white blood cell count. So the more mixed we are with Europeans in our back generations, or even our closer ones, we have a higher white blood cell count. Then there's a certain proclivity to certain illnesses based on those white blood cell counts. So just all the way across the board, I noticed that white blood cell count was negative in our body. The positive jobs they tout, they were nowhere around. But a host of negative problems we have. Even when people you get a common cold and you spit out what's called sputum. We call it mucus, but it's actually sputum. Because your mucous membrane inside the body secretes mucus to trap bacteria and stuff like that. Sputum is when we spit out that phlegm. 80% of that is white blood cells. So even my common sense kicked in right there. I was like, okay, so wait a minute. I get sick, my body starts spitting out white blood cells. Okay, I want to feel better, so my body gets rid of white blood cells. Okay, wait a minute. In order to get better, my body has to get rid of white blood. I said, okay, well then, nature's telling me something. These guys must be the problem. So anytime I go deep into my research, I always compare it to nature and kind of, you know, or the metal nature, so to speak, and compare notes and see what nature says. If nature has something different than what I've come up with, then it's time to reevaluate. Because nature is always going to trump, you know, whatever we can put together in 10, 50, 40, 100 years. So I just look at nature. And your second question?
A couple of months ago, I used to have a lot of allergies.
Oh, wait, and let me address the histamine thing. And then you go to the second question. Histamine is the cause of allergies, hives, eczema, asthma, you name it. So that's why the proof is in the pudding. Whenever you go to the hospital for any of those things, the first thing they give you is an antihistamine, right? And then even that will give you, if you scratch, like Ray, my favorite movie was Ray. Well, one of my favorite movies. I like V too. But Ray, when he was a little boy, his moms told him, scratch a lie, find a thief. So that's how I use my research mode. So when I noticed the antihistamines for all those host of problems, then I wanted to figure out, what is this histamine thing? So then I looked it up, and histamine is a chemical that white blood cells produce in order to vasodilate the tissues in the body so they can move through them. I said, wait a minute, what? What do you mean move through? Like, so white blood cells not even a blood cell? Because blood cells are confined to the circulatory system. White blood cells are not. So they can get out of the circulatory system and start moving around the body and doing other things. I was like, okay, I'm done with these white folks telling me about white blood cells being even blood cells, because now I see that they don't even have to be in the circulatory system. So what are these things? So then I looked at inflammation being the cause of all illnesses, and it's white blood cells releasing the histamines, cytokines, which are chemicals that pretend to be hormones to get your body to start, like it gets crazy. Well, white blood cells are not our friend.
Okay. Okay. A couple of months ago, like 3 months ago, I used to have all these allergies. So I was allergic to onion, and it would blow me up, and things like that. So I did the detox that the doctor mentioned in the video, and everything just ran away. So I just...
The full body detox.
Exactly. And all my allergies, when I could eat onions...
It's the big home in Jehovah.
It's crazy, and it does
can get that at thehealthstore.com.
That's it. Yes, exactly. And my question is, okay, I do want to continue raw, but I also want to cook. So I just don't know. I'm so scared to, because I don't want to go back to my allergy because it was horrible. I did it because I thought one day I was going to die.
Okay, well, I would say this. My answer to that would be connect with Chef Akhi and Queen Vida.
Hey girl, hey. Don't be afraid. Like the doctor here talked about, controlling your mind, or freeing your mind, and letting you telling yourself that you don't have any allergies. Whatever nature made for you, what the Creator made for you is for you, and it will not cause you to have an allergy problem. Your body's going to receive what is natural for you. And most of the time, most of the people I meet who have allergy issues, they're allergic to stuff they shouldn't even be eating in the first place. Peanuts and dairy and soy and corn. Of course you are. Wheat, you ain't supposed to eat that. It's not food. So
I was allergic to like onions, celery, those things.
I understand. And there's layers of things that can be going on with that. I don't know where you're getting your onions, what kind of onions, what type of white onion, red onion, they spraying stuff on the onion. We don't know. I would have to talk to you personally, but I'd love to work with you. Queen Vida's here. We're here for anybody who wants to learn how to prepare these foods and find the best places to get these foods. The best sources, trusted sources, go chefakhi.com. I'm actually doing August 22nd garden tour of the Urban Organic, Truly Living Well Urban Organic Farm, August 22nd, and doing a food demonstration there as well. And I do monthly classes. The next one's the 31st of August at Iwi Fresh, and that's in Castleberry, Sunday, August 31st. So if you want to learn how to prepare these foods, go chefakhi.com and free your mind. Don't be afraid.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sister, click your fingers, go like this. Berries. Your body wants berries.
Your body wants berries.
Berries, the skins of berries is fascinum, especially blueberry.
And the skins of the berries.
The skin is fascinum, where they got the word vaccine. We were berry eaters. You eat berries,
yes,
and all that stuff drops away. How much are berries? That's the most expensive thing at the store. You get a little container, you get like about 8 berries for $90. And I ask you, did you get everything you needed? The berries, the thing you eat the least, is what you need. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. That's all you really need.
yes, God.
You need that in oil. Hemp seed oil.
Yes.
Coconut oil.
Yes.
That's all you really need.
Yes.
But your body's asking for berries. How do I just do that? Your subconscious, 90% of communication is nonverbal. You talk in 19s. I'm a musician. When you talk in the rhythm of 19, it tells me to look at 19. Look at 19, 19. So I ask myself, 19, 19. 19, berries. Something happened with you and some berries at 19. It was probably that jam you got by Welch's or something. And the body said, this ain't a berry. And there was an argument that went on. So you got scar tissue around that issue. You understand what I'm saying? One of the things that I do, because when I was an herbalist, I was like really successful. And then about a year later, the people would come back with the same problem. And I was like, what is it? What is the deal here? So they would do a program again, and I put them on a whole cleansing program, detoxification, rejuvenation. Just pop back up. Why? Because the mind is in control of all of this. There's nothing but energy. Everything is made of the same thing. That's when I started studying quantum physics. I said, oh, wait a minute. There's only one particle that makes up everything. And your thought process is what's creating all this. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's your thought process. Now, if your thought process is that there's something out there antagonizing you, your body goes to war and you fight. The allergy is a fight. It's a war. You fight anyway. You fight your arm, fighting your neighbor, fighting what your mama did. You didn't get a G.I. Joe. And when they gave you one, it was pink. You wanted the black one. You know, it's a lot. That's war going on. Now, when you did this little thing like this, A, B, B, you was late. B, so I'm saying, oh wait, 19, B, berries. Your body needs berries. That is the vaccine for all of this stuff. Eat a lot of berries. Watermelon. Watermelon's got what in it? Citrulline. That's what they're making Viagra out of. Opens up the blood vessels. Another one is niacin. Now, I'm not supposed to tell you this, so I didn't tell you it. Because it's dangerous to get niacin. Start taking that niacin, not niacinamide blows up the liver. Not the no flush blows up the kidneys. Get straight niacin. What I do is I take 500 milligrams the first day for 3 days. I'm hot. Oh my God. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh. I'm up to 3,500 milligrams a day now. Your blood vessels open up and all of a sudden you got memory. You can remember everything clearly. You become in total control. You see?
Yes, God.
Niacin.
Yes.
Open up your blood vessels. The really small ones, the capillaries. Everything flows. This is how we get people off drugs. We get people, I don't care what it is. People come to me and say, Dr. B, the doctor said. I said, stop talking about what the doctor said. I don't know what the doctor said. It's only one disease. Okay, it's your mind connecting with material. You understand what I'm saying? We got to clear those pathways because the average person has blocked channels of what? Elimination. Mental blockages. Spiritual blockages. Food blockages. You ain't went to the bathroom. No, Dr. B, I go 3 times a day. Oh, you do? We know some things you could take and the whole pole light will come out. When was that? That was 5 Thanksgivings ago when you went home and you had to eat the turkey that your aunt made. You had to eat it. You gotta eat it now. You know I don't care about all that vegetarianism. You don't eat this food. And you fold and ask you, I gotta eat it. It's my family. They're gonna be mad. People gonna be mad.
Yes, they are.
That's when you got to be God.
Yes.
Get rid of all that emotion. Go see the movie Lucy. They break it down. Somebody told me, I said, well, they didn't have any black people in there. Wait. The only man who knew anything was black. And at the end, the white woman turned black. What else you want? They don't put the whole thing out there for you. It's time for you to wake up. And you have to let go of that mental, physical scar tissue. You understand what I'm saying? You got mental parasites too. They're eating at you. Get you some berries. Don't eat nothing but berries for a while. Just eat berries. You're going to say, oh my God, you're going to feel like the Moors again. All of a sudden, the magnetite in your head so that your GPS comes back on. Like you throw the phone to the ground. You just know, like you used to know back in the 70s. You just kind of know. You look for the Statue of Liberty, you know, don't go there. You knew. It's time to know again. So it's not just the food, y'all. Because all food is basically toxic. At some level, all of it.
That's right.
You want to get to the point where you're eating just to remember. Just to remind you that you're human. Because once you stop eating, you let go of all this emotion and everything. You get real calm. People cuss you out. You don't care.
That's right.
You start walking away from situations. You realize you can't die. You start folding back into what they call nirvana. You are everything. You got to be ready to fold the subspace around you. People say, well, Dr. B, we heard that you ain't doing music no more. I said, well, because I did platinum gold records. When I got to Hootie and them, you know, they was teenagers. I was making hit records. DJ Quick and all those my artists. But guess what? It didn't mean nothing to me. Until I began to realize what I was really here to do was to change the vibration. And you have to change your vibration, not raise it. You know this new thing? You have to raise your vibration. Whenever they say that, go away. You gotta move. Some of y'all need to drop off. Your vibration is too high. You crazy. You got too much of this going on. You going to the dinner cussing everybody out because they eat chicken wings. Let them eat them chicken wings. Shut up. Chicken wings, they stop them from eating them chicken wings. They might die instantly because you told them don't eat the chicken wing. The chicken wing might be keeping them alive. I'm telling you the truth. Leave these people alone. You better take care of yourself, clean up your house. What's the mattress you're sleeping on? What is it made out of? And you got electronics 6 feet from your bed, huh? What kind of television? You got a new high definition television, they watching you. You can't even plug it on the wall. It's reading everything. They got drones, they got all kinds of stuff out there. Guess what? They can't see you if you cloak yourself. The government's in the room. Let them come on, hi government. They can't see you when you cloak yourself. You got to remember that there's nothing that they can do to you. Nothing. You have to allow them. You got to give up your rights, give up your wrongs. You got to fold into yourself and remember who you are from the beginning. Your parents, you're going to have to divorce some of them. Your parents told you some stuff, they really loved you. Oh, we loved you, Jennifer. Oh my God. Drink your milk. Eat your spinach. My grandmother said they ain't never heard of spinach. They never heard of cantaloupes. This is new food. They making stuff. Put it out there. You go buy it. Because you're materialistic. Because you want more. I need more. It was so sweet. So delectable. Oh my God. It's to die for. Are you dying?
We are here viewing Urban Kryptonite. tonight, and we are not turning up. We are turning in and turning out. Thank you so much, Dr. B. We got one question back here, y'all, and I'm gonna. Yes.
Okay. Greetings to everyone.
Greetings.
I wanted to know what is it that stops the production of enamel?
The enamel.
The enamel, your teeth, your nails. Also, I wanted to know, ladies, if you hold cooking classes.
Yes, holding cooking classes monthly at Iwi Fresh Castleberry. The next one's August 31st. Go Chef Akhi, AHKI.com. You can find out more for cooking classes. And Vida?
Myself, I was doing that a lot, but lately I've been dealing with few things that's a little pressing, you know, so I'm about to begin. So that's why I said to get back with me. Unfortunately, I had lost two brothers of mine in Ghana. And so it's a few things I've been dealing with, you know, between here and home, you know, but I am ready to start back again. In Ghana, I was doing a lot of classes and certifying the chefs from all the different big hotels, you know. And here, I've been doing that also. But again, you know, I'm back again, you know, because death is not a small thing. My mother had 12 children, and could you imagine having known my mother had 12 children, and I have lost 7 of them. And my mother and my father is gone, so 9 from one family. It's not easy, but I'm okay, because I have all of you. Thank you. All right, we're going to pass this on.
What's the sister? Enamel?
Enamel.
Too much calcium. Too much calcium. Too much meat, too much animal product, your body's got to make a lot of acid. Once the stomach is moved the food away, there's acid still present in the stomach. So the stomach says we need calcium to cool off the acid because calcium is alkaline. So it says go borrow calcium for wherever we can get it. The teeth, the bones, especially in black people, the teeth. Start taking, because you're eating too much calcium.
Okay, but
You don't need calcium.
we don't eat meat.
You eat something that's got some meat in it. Okay, what do you eat? What's your favorite food?
Well, I mean, okay, how about this? I know what it probably was because it's not me, it's my daughters. And when they were younger, I was feeding them a high tofu-based diet. Right, but I don't do that anymore, but still, they're not producing enamels on their fingernail and their teeth. So
They're not getting enough magnesium. 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 Can't take the pills either. You can't digest them. They're held together with asphalt. You got to get the liquid magnesium. It's got to be magnesium chloride. Only chloride. Magnesium is the mother of minerals. It tells the minerals where to come. It gathers them. She sends them to the places that they need to go. So the stuff that you're getting, you're not getting it. You're not obtaining it. You're not absorbing it. You got malabsorption because the children don't have enough magnesium. Are you giving them magnesium?
I don't take any supplements at all.
You've got to get magnesium. There's certain plants that are going to be high in magnesium too. Certain ones suck magnesium from your body. The plants with oxalic acid is in spinach. It's in like it's in carrots. Well, carrots is more carbonic acid. Carrots, unless you're going to get the original carrots that cost like $1,000 for one, they're real tiny and they're purple. Those are the original carrots. So there's certain foods that's sucking the magnesium out of your body. So we need to do a consultation and sit down and talk about what they're doing, what's in the house, what's the toys made out of. You see, what is their activity daily? What are the words you're saying to them? That will change the substructure of everything in the house. So don't ever tell them they're losing an enamel. Say your teeth are strong. Oh my God, your teeth are getting stronger and stronger. See, just like the movies, they're showing you. But we don't think that that's possible. So first we got to project on the child what it is we desire and not the problem. Then we've got to eat to live, and there's certain foods that do that. So one of us here could, you need to get with these folks with the dietary piece.
It's actually out on the table. It's a compound, and I designed it. The idea came for children. So people see the label and like, is this for children? No, it's for everybody. But it's called magnet. And it's because the nerves, the neurons, the melanocytes, it's only magnesium that can protect them from the toxemia and the chemicals and things like that. So it's actually out on the table. So you kind of, I mean, there's nothing else for me to say, but it's out on the table. He already said it all. I'm just telling you where it's at.
We got time for one more question.
Magnesium baths, is that okay?
Well, it's different. See, there's different types. See, the magnesium you put in the bath, what is it? Epsom salt?
No, just 100% magnesium base.
Is it magnesium chloride? Then you got it. Yes, in the bath. Magnesium chloride, but you got to energize the water. If you don't tell the water what to do, it won't do it. You have to tell the water. You have to actually say what it is. And this is everything you're taking. You have to say what it is. You got to command it. It just doesn't do it. Nothing does anything. It's sitting there waiting until you, God, comes online and says, I am calcium. Calcium is me. You open up those channels. It's all quantum. Start studying quantum physics. It's kind of, it'll wreck your brain. But what it is the scientific validation of true spirituality, what they call African mind science. It is real. So yes, that magnesium, but magnify everything with your energy. And also I have a spray, a magnesium spray with sulfur. It has fulvic acid, which is a whole other subject, because we got to get the gold. See, each one of us makes gold.
Oh, yes.
Do you know that? You make gold.
Yes.
You make gold. That's why they want your blood, because you make gold. With the hypothalamus, the thalamus, and the pituitary. When you sleep, it makes gold. They want to talk about melatonin and, oh, this gold. It's gold. 270 days after Good Friday, you make the most gold you will ever make in the year. It's in the 12 days of Christmas. Da, 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 da. It's a song about you and how you develop, and this gold comes down the chimney. They also call it pinealin or pinealine. It's pure gold hormone that you make. You pee it out in the morning. You see it. It's the gold. You see? Which is also Gadel or El God. You see? But we make gold. We are the golden ones. Yeah, it's in our skin. That's your melanin. This is the gold. It's not activated half the time because you done bleached yourself and lied and you did one too many prayers and ate too much of this and hoped and prayed too much on that. You're done. But we got to activate ourselves. And don't believe this thing about, oh, our pineals are all calcified. Every time you hear that, the body says, get more, they want more calcium on the pineal. Correct. You start saying, my pineal is clear. And it's the first now. My eye is clear. My ears are clear. I am focused. Make sure you say this, I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. This whole poor, broken, lonely thing that we got, oh boy, we're supposed to be poor. Poor means you're open to be poured into. Open for more. I'm poor. That means I'm not too intelligent to the point where I don't know anything. I'm open for more information. But we got to get the wealth part together. Yes. If we're not wealthy, if they're getting gold from us, money is based on the woman, the black woman, everything is based on you. It's time to be rich and come together and say, what do we need? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? How can we help each other? Instead of this whole thing of, because you look different, you wrap your hair different than that one, there's one is straight and you got locks. That creates division. That puts you back in time. Time is unity. It unites you and locks you into gravity. Go see, they break it down in the movie Lucy. So it is time for us to wake up and emit and be. You got to really be it, even when it looks rough, when it looks like the sun ain't out, when it looks like they beating you down, you got to say, I got this, I got this. Because God ain't going to give me more than I can handle. This is all a lesson. It's all a scam. It's all an illusion. It's a delusion. The gate is open. Walk off the farm and don't go to the pharmacy. Okay. You got to be the farm. Yes. Become it. You understand what I'm saying? Do it and do it now. Don't wait. Don't think, because thinking is overrated. Don't think. You need to just feel it. I got this. Yes. You got it?
Yes, yes, yes.
You got it?
Yes. Everybody join me in giving a round of applause to this amazing panel. And so many thanks to both of us for bringing this film to us this evening. Thank you, brother.
Real quick and close out, make sure everybody visits urbankryptonitefilms.com. We're doing pre-orders for the film for the full 4-hour version. urbankryptonitefilms.com. That is $24.99 right now. Starting September 15th, it goes to the regular price of $29.99. So we want to thank Brother Tuli Ma'ara. We also want to thank director of the film, Saladin Assad, who is not here. So we brought everybody that we could bring, but make sure you visit urbankryptonitefilms.com and also Urban Kryptonite Films on Facebook. So thank you for coming. Appreciate it.